We just hang out. Yeah. We just chit chat. Double office hour every time we have an office hour. Yeah. I was jamming. I'm not.
The group.
The group. Okay. We're gonna get started. So where's the stick? Stick. Okay, so we're gonna do as the title says, final project introductions. You're gonna be put if you filled out the form and you requested a partner. I've tried to pair you with someone. There was like one person who I couldn't find you a partner, so sorry about that. But you're also gonna be paired with your mentor today. They're all sitting right here. Thank you so much for all coming. And then we're gonna do a little bit of review, and then that'll be the day. I think I actually wrote that all down. In the next slide. Yes, okay. And then I'll take a second. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna do mentor pairings right at the beginning because I know some of you guys have to leave and then some of these guys have to leave. I'm gonna go over the final project, everything that we want from you. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some examples. Hopefully Ponzi can stay because I picked one of yours. I picked yours, so if you could talk about it, that's okay. If not, that's fine.
I can still say. I'll say the app.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go over your proposal, which is like your big assignment coming up before the project, and then yes, review. Okay, so we're gonna jump into things. Yes, okay, so you're gonna be paired with your mentor. Over the semester, you're gonna have to go to their office hours at least twice. You will have to see them in person twice in order to complete the assignment. We understand not everyone can make it to their mentor's office hours, so we will have additional times, but please, they will be the person you will ask questions to, because in previous years, when you were working on a project, if you asked like Charlie, and then if you asked Will, they would give you different answers and be like, wouldn't know what you're working on, so it's like we want to make sure that your mentor knows your project, so you can get better help. Okay, but that doesn't mean you can't ask other people. Anyway, okay, moving on. Yes, okay, these are the groups. I'm so sorry, it is tiny text. How about can my mentors like each go to like a part of the room, and then mentees, can you go with your mentor? My mentees can sit right here. How about that?
I'm going over here. Find me.
And then if you have a plus sign, that means that's your partner. If you requested a partner.
I'm an M for
Oh, that's so cute. I didn't do it on purpose. Oh yeah, you just done it.
Request one on the sheet, but over here and do that. Normally sit here. I said we were gonna.
Okay, if he's not partnered with someone, then.
I honestly don't know.
Okay, well,
We just talked.
what's his name?
What?
Okay, well then I can't do anything about it right now.
Yeah, like we just talked. We haven't acknowledged each other's names so much. Anyone happens.
Okay. Will, do you need a space?
Huh?
Do you need a space? Oh wait, no, you're right. Sorry,
Yes,
I forgot.
I'm with you. I'm like, oh.
I thought you were a mentor. I was like, wait, what are you doing?
Oh,
Yes,
not
I forgot.
that.
Okay, yes. I'm Brianna. Charlie, can you raise your hand? Charlie, can you raise your hand? Charlie, I'm here. Miriam and Maham, can you raise your hand? They're back there. Mira and Safia, or where's Mira? There's Mira. Katie, can Katie raise? Yep, thank you. And then, oh, yep, that's me. And that's you. Yes, front row. Front and center.
Amelia.
I think he might have put my name down on the sheet because I think I'm paired with someone, and I'm just gonna assume it's him.
Yep.
I don't think anyone else.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. All right, can everyone go with their mentors and then sit down when you get the chance?
Okay. Yeah.
And he'll go.
Yeah, let's do it. So okay, I'm looking right. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then.
Okay, cool. While everyone's just settling down, don't worry, you'll have plenty of time to chat. I'm just gonna throw this up on the screen really quick. Okay, so with your mentor, you have 2 questions you should talk about. The first one is, can you make it to your mentor's office hours, yes or no? If you cannot, please let your mentor know. And then somehow mentors communicate with that with me so we can set up additional times. But also I'm gonna put this out there. If you find someone who's not working with a partner and you want to switch mentors, you can do that, but that is very hard on us logistically. So if you're gonna do that, make it very easy for us to switch you. So yeah, if you want to switch. Okay. Second question: can everyone in your group answer what's your favorite way to eat a potato? This is the question. I asked you guys earlier. It does. Okay. Oh, and introduce yourselves. Like, say your names. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm Brianna, and then you're over here. This is Matthew. You're gonna tell me.
Freshman, actually, the data science. We're office hours on Fridays from like 1 to 1 to 2. Yeah, in my dorm. And my favorite way to eat a potato was Eastern European thing called a what? It's like a hash brown. Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
Is it just like the ends and the I haven't said my favorite food, potato, like potato.
So, I am happy to work with them. I'm here spend things so but there's some flexible things that say and I also have outside where we have also I'm not sick. My boyfriend is sick. I don't want to risk him getting exact sick. Questions? I'll get more into it. Okay, all right. Are you anyone in your conference? You guys all work? Great. I took some examples of Seaboard. That is enough. Also, you're just really early. You want to get time for you guys. Yes. Yeah. Wait, okay, hold on, I need to unpack this. Like this,
Like this, when you're chopping it up.
chop it up and then.
You grill
Wait, there's more people technically that just.
Okay, so you're getting paired with your mentor. So find your name and then find your person.
And then with that.
I have never come across a new way.
We have 8, but so half our group is here. Work in Diana.
You get smashed.
Oh, smashed potato. They're fine.
Okay, we're gonna come back together. So sorry to cut it short. So I'm gonna start talking about the final project. If you want to keep talking with your mentor, you're more than welcome to go to their office hours. As you can tell, we all just love to talk. You can ask us any questions. But yeah, okay. So we're gonna get started. Okay. Okay, so there are 3 key components to the final project. You're going to have your proposal, you're going to have your check-ins, and you're going to have your presentation. Okay, so your proposal will be due April 1st at 11:59 or midnight. It's not an April Fool's joke, but it's due on April 1st. You will go, I'm just going to walk through these bullet points. Mentors, you're welcome to stay or come back up, whatever works. your mentors will help you brainstorm your ideas. Every single mentor and I guess mentor assistant has completed a final project. We have all done one. We've all gone through the process of writing a proposal, giving a presentation, analyzing data, running into problems. We've all faced that, so we all have experience. Details to come, I will walk through the final proposal and basically what we expect you to write in it. That'll be coming up in the next slide. You can do it in LaTeX. Can I get a raise of hands if people know what that is? Okay, like 30%. If you don't know what that is, not a problem at all. It's just like a word editor, like, Google Docs. It's kind of similar to that, but kind of a little more what scientists use to organize their documents. I can potentially host a bonus lecture if people are really interested, but we're not requiring it to do it in LaTeX. You can just do it as a Google document. Yeah. Okay, check-ins. You're gonna have 2 check-ins. Can I see 2 from everyone? 2 check-ins. Okay, so you have 2, not 1, 2. You have 1 before the proposal, so before April 1st, your first one is due. Then you have another one due before, I don't know if, I didn't put the date up here, April 29th. That's when the first round of presentations are. So you have basically a month to get the first check-in done, and then another month to get the other check-in done. Does that make sense? Okay, I'll go into more details about what they are. Yeah, okay, you have to go in person. You can't do it over email, you can't do it over Ed, you can't do it over Discord. You have to go see your mentor in person to complete the checkoff. Okay, I've already put all of the information in the B courses. If you go under files and you go to final project, the check-in's there, the proposal there, there's some examples I threw in there. Everything's already uploaded for you to take a look at. We know not all of you can make it to your mentor check-in time. That's totally okay. Everyone's schedules are completely different. So we will host additional times. We don't know when those will be yet, but just putting that out there. Yeah, so check-ins will be part of your final project grade, not participation. So just keep that in mind. And then you will need to submit them to Gradescope. Okay, do we have any questions so far? Am I going too fast? Okay, see thumbs up? Cool, cool. All right, presentation. This is probably the key part of your project. This is probably what will give you the most experience to what it feels like to be not like a real researcher, because what scientists do is they communicate what they worked on. A lot of science, you probably heard of it, science communication. You want to be able to take a really confusing subject and be able to communicate it to a lot of people so that they understand it. So it'll just be 1 to 2 minutes. I know it's super short. There's a ton of you, and we want to make sure we get through everyone. So it's really you're gonna stand up here, you're gonna tell us what you did, what your results were, and then maybe what problems you ran into and how you fixed them, and then that's it. Maybe someone can ask you a question, but we really don't have time for that. A lot of people tend to actually go over, so we have to stop you, which is unfortunate because we love what you guys work on, but just keep that in mind. Even if you spend 1,000 hours on your project, you'll only have a minute to talk about it. So, sorry. Okay, you have to do this to pass the class. You have to try the final project to pass. If you don't do anything, then we have to fail you, even if you have above a 70%. Does everyone understand? Okay, cool. It's really not that scary, though. That's why you have mentors. They're going to help you brainstorm. Yes. Okay. Yeah, super short and sweet presentation and more details. Okay, any questions so far? Cool. All right, gonna keep going. Yeah, okay, here are some examples, and then I will get into what we expect from your proposal. So, Pranati, can you talk about yours?
Yeah.
Yours is just the first one I could find.
That's fine. So I did this freshman year, so it's been a hot second. But basically what my group was looking at was taking some data from LIGO, and we were basically trying to visualize a black hole merger event. What we did is the main challenge for us truly was being able to the data was in a really weird format. So we had to use a bunch of stuff that LIGO provided us, and we generated these plots of these. They were technically frequency signals. I guess I'm sorry, I don't even remember this.
Sorry to
it's been so long. It's so fun. But basically it was just we took these 2 frequencies and we found the signal strain or whatever of those 2. And our final it was this plot after we did a bunch of noise cleaning and all that stuff. This little spike in frequency happens when the two like black holes like actually finally collide. The thing that I really liked about the final project that I don't know if it's here, but we basically were able to convert these signals to like basically waves and make a little audio file that basically like you would just hear like a soft grumbling noise, and then you would hear like a pitch increase in frequency, which just timestamp like the moment that the black hole merged. That was my final project. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, that is one awesome example that you can do. Here is another project that I pulled. Sorry, it's really hard to see. This star right here is moving, and then this star is moving right here. It's basically showing how parallax works. They did like a little animation. I didn't actually read their presentation, so I don't know exactly what they're doing, but they did this for a bunch of stars and basically showing how parallax changes as you like move around the solar system. Do people know what parallax is? Okay, like 10 people. Okay, that's if you don't, that's totally fine. But this is just basically how we tell the distance to stars was their project. I have another one. This was how forest fire spreads. Sorry, that was really fast. But they just did a little animation. I can't actually remember if that was Python decal or not, or if we like taught this in a lecture. But it's from our curriculum, isn't it? No? Okay, maybe I just pulled this from somewhere. I thought James made this.
It might have been like a thing that we did prior to,
because we used to do animation as a lecture.
Maybe this is what it's from. But you could do something like this.
I can, I can teach. I can do the animation lecture.
We can talk about it later. But yeah, I guess I've just showed you two animations. But Pronathes is not animation, so it does not have to be an animation. They can be totally plots, whatever. It's really up to you, which I know is scary, but that's why you have mentors to talk about. This was not made by a student. This is such a reach, but I just think it's a cool plot. This is a microlensing event with a black hole. So it's like you have your star, which is this orange guy, and then you have your black hole, and basically this is what the light would look like as your star passes behind a black hole. We don't expect you to do that. This is just something like another cool idea. Like you can do something microlensing. I'm just trying to put like topics out here. Like you heard LIGO, parallax. You can do something physics, like we had someone do like a harmonic oscillator.
There's also
Yeah.
There was someone animated double pendulum. There was
That was crazy. Someone made a game.
yeah, the physics video.
That was cool.
Fun.
There was the muon detector.
I don't remember that one.
It was from last semester.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tons of cool stuff. The world is your oyster. Just think of something you really like. Like I really like, you'll see mine in a second. We really like dark matter, so we did something with dark matter. Just like think of something that's cool and then do something with a project. Like I know it's hard, but just find something you're interested in, you and your partner.
Doesn't have to be a strong.
Yeah, true.
We know a bunch of you guys
like
are.
Someone made like a Wordle, but with space words.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
That's cool. Okay, I can just show you, I found mine, so I can just show you mine really quick. Let's see. So here, this is when we had bigger groups and you had like 5 to 10 minutes to present. We no longer do big groups, so it's way longer. I'm just gonna scroll through this. Right, yeah, so we started with this plot, basically showing like velocity. It's supposed to change as you move out in a galaxy, but it doesn't, I think. Anyway, whatever. Basically showing the dark matter. So this is what a galaxy looks like. If you didn't have dark matter, like you get a lot of stars moving around really fast, but then with dark matter, they move a lot slower. Yeah, so these are just examples. This is what my group did. I'm like Pronathe, like I can't remember what we did like 2 years ago. But yeah, so this is like a basic structure. I think I put this in the final project examples. If not, I can. Mentors, you're also more than welcome to throw yours in there. But yeah, these are just inspiration. Don't exactly copy these. Like if you're like, that's really cool, figure out a different way to do it. Because that's the part of the project, is to make it your own. We really want to see what you guys can think of. Okay, so that was mine. Okay, now we're gonna get more into the boring stuff. Okay, this is also on B courses. This is your final project proposal. Let me make this a lot smaller, or a lot bigger. Okay. Okay, can we see this in the back? Okay, cool. So this document is uploaded to B courses. So this is walking you through what we expect from your final project proposal. As I said, it is due April 1st at midnight. This is a hard deadline. Normally in Python Decal, I'm really chill with the deadlines, like, okay, just get it in by the end of the semester. But this is a hard deadline. So this is why we give you so much time to work on it. So please plan ahead for this deadline, because if you don't submit it by here, you'll be behind. And we don't want you guys to get behind. So if you're really having extreme circumstances, talk to your mentor and get it sorted out. But yeah, so hard deadline. Okay, but that's like over a month from now. So you got plenty of time. I'm not going to read through this. You're more than welcome to read through it on your own time. Okay, so this is a general walkthrough of what we expect from your final project. This is like the basic template, but you're more than welcome to do crazy other things. Like someone made a video game that clearly doesn't align with these. But this is just an example. So if you have no idea where to start, we recommend getting some data from anywhere, from LIGO, from Hubble, from JWST, from Kepler, DESI, all these places. Like you've heard of telescopes. They collect data and you can use it. It's all on the internet. So just find like a cool telescope that you like and play with some data. That's what we recommend starting. If you don't know what else to do with the data, fit a model to it. So for example, if you haven't taken Astronomy 7A, this might not make sense, but mass of a star is related to its brightness on the main sequence. So you can make a plot of like, okay, fit like what is the scale as mass increases, how much does luminosity increase? Like that's an example of fitting a model to some data. We will go way more into that later in the semester of how to even do that. So you don't even need to tell us how you're going to do it right now, but we will explain how to do that later. So you just need to start thinking of an idea, just something you're interested in, and then explain how your model works, and then write about 2-3 pages detailing your work. Just jump in if I miss anything too. Okay. Yeah, and then sorry, this should be 1 to 2 minutes, but in presentation in front of the class. Okay, so in your proposal, I kind of already said this. You can read this on your own. Yes, I think I covered everything already. Yeah, so you have a project. We have a report with the project, right? Yeah, okay, I forgot to mention that. Yes, so you're going to have a presentation at the very end of the semester, but you're also going to need to type up what you worked on. So you're going to have this proposal document that you're going to turn into us on April 1st, and then on April 29th, you're going to have your final project presentation due, and you're going to have your final project report due. Okay, so all the details are in here. I haven't read it since last semester, so it's not the freshest, but yeah, okay. I already mentioned your presentation, and then these are due dates. So please get these into your calendars. Remember them. These are basically the hard deadlines of the class. So when your proposals are due and when your presentations are. So presentations are the last week of instruction before dead week. So you will be fully done with this class before dead week. So you have more, you will not have to worry about a final for this class. You can just study for everything else. So we will be fully done last week of lectures. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna go over the check-ins. So let me drag something else over. Okay. This is also posted to B courses. Okay. All right. So due as the best date, April 1st. I've mentioned it multiple times. You're just gonna go and answer these questions about your project. It's basically a mini check-in for your proposal. We expect similar themes to show up on your proposal document. But essentially you need to go in person and you need to get feedback from your mentor on your project. So you need to go in person and ask for that feedback, show them what you've been working on, go and ask for ideas, etc. But your mentors are going to keep track of if you came in or not. So even if you submit this, but you did not see your mentor in person, you will not get credit. Does that make sense? Okay. There's another one of these. It's for check-in 2. Very similar types of questions, just a little more advanced, more details about what your project is specifically. Okay, are there any questions so far? Okay, cool. I think that's about all. Let me show you an example of the final project proposal. I put one of these in the B courses, but I realized I didn't pull it up ahead of time. So just give me one hot minute. Okay. So if we go to project proposal examples, here's a sample proposal. So this is about what we expect you to write about. So I think Megan typed this up like 3 years ago or something. But so this was analyzing the distribution of exoplanets in our galaxy. So we want you to have an introduction. We want you to have the phenomenon in the data source, what equations you're going to fit to your data, basically everything that's in the proposal that I linked on the B courses and just went over. This is just talking about the math behind their project. And then just like the details of basically what they're doing for their project, what they plan to get done. I'm scrolling fast because every project is going to be different. They're talking about their errors. Yeah. So just all the nitty-gritties of what you're going to be planning on doing. So like, let's say you want to animate something. You need to talk about what data you're going to get, what model you're going to fit to your data, what your animation is going to do, what result is it showing us, like maybe what packages you're planning on using. We'll get more into that later. If you don't know what a package is, we have not talked about them yet. But yeah, so this might seem like a really big task if you've just started coding, because I know it felt that way when I first learned. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? But trust me, as you go throughout the semester, you'll pick up way more skills and you'll start thinking like, oh, I could take this thing and do it with this thing. And as you talk with mentors, it'll get a lot easier. So yeah, that's why you have like 2.5 months to work on this. So right now it's just about ideas. You don't have to get anything down on paper or on a computer for at least a month. Okay. I think that's all I have. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. Are we ready to do some review? Okay, cool. So stay with your mentors. You can stay or you don't have to. It's up to you. Please get out a piece of paper because we're going to answer these questions on paper. And stay with your groups. You'll work with your groups.
Also, Monica told me to tell you I should make this week. Also,
Okay,
It's an environmental science test as well. Probably a good time to. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm exhausted.
huh?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
We think only people who actually got there are people and they just think of it.
Okay, once you have a piece of paper out, please, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you like 3 minutes. Just try and answer these by yourself. Don't talk to anyone. Just answer them by yourselves. Get as far as you can, and then we'll have you share, and then we'll go over them together. So yeah, so take a look. Try and answer these questions. No computers. Sorry. I meant to bring paper today, but Oh, Mom, you're teaching them pineapple. Can you show you how to switch? Yeah. No, that'll be the first day. Actually, they don't know how to use cheaper notebooks and show them the answers. I think it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I don't think it's confusing. There you go. Okay. That makes me feel better. Okay, how about, how are we feeling? Are we good? Do we need more time? Raise your hand if you'd like more time. Okay, I'll give you another minute and then we'll share with your groups. You'll work on it together and then we'll come back as a class. So, give me another minute. Okay, why don't you, with your mentor groupings, why don't you talk about it and see if you can together come to an answer. Yeah, so start chatting. If you have no idea, that's totally fine. I'll give you the answers.
And it's folks around the key. It's starting. Like that.
Yes. It's like you don't feel stuff. Yeah, I feel like I code and I don't think about it. Are you letting me? I didn't know.
Exactly. I did element 0 of right, saying element 0 to the now. And then this is what I had. How do you play it?
But I'm saying. Yeah. Come to this class. So yes. Okay, gonna make this smaller. Okay. Alrighty. Little teaser. So I think in like a week or so, you're going to be introduced to Jupyter Notebooks. That's what this thing is. I'm just going to code in this. It's very similar to the terminal, except it gives you automatic answers. So yeah, okay. Just ignore the interface for now. I'm really terrible at VS Code. But we teach it because it's really important. Okay, so I guess I kind of have to put the answers up there and code at the same time. Let's do that. Okay. All right. So, how can I create a list called fruits that contains the following fruits: apple, banana, and cherry. Can someone walk me through how to do that? Yes.
You would say fruit, and then, yeah, fruits equals, and then bracket, and then you put the apple. Actually, yeah, sorry, not.
Yes, I'm ready.
And within apples in quotation, comma, banana, and then same for cherry.
Yep, good. Okay, so this is the syntax of a list. So this right here is called a variable. It's just something that holds information. So when we called it fruits, we're setting it equal to a list. We know it's a list because of these square brackets. Okay, make sure you remember that because it's different than a dictionary. And then we're putting strings in there. So they need to be in quotation marks. That's what tells Python it's a string, it's words, don't do math with it. Okay, cool. So any questions? All right, now we want to do stuff to our list. So how can I print the second fruit in the list? Can someone tell me how to do that? Yes.
Say print fruits in parentheses, print in parentheses fruits in brackets.
Here, walk me through it. So print. Mm-hmm.
Fruits. Brackets. What?
Good. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so as we recall, Python starts counting at 0. It's really weird. It likes 0. That's historical computing reasons. It's because computers used to be very limited on the number of or the space in their computers, so they utilized every little thing possible. So they started counting at 0. So little historical reasons. Okay, so yeah, so this is 0 when we index it. This is 1, and this is 2. So I'm saying, hey Python. Okay, I want you to print something, so I want you to show me like words. Then can you look at my information inside of fruits, which is this guy, and then it's like, okay, I want the second item in the list or the first index. Okay, how would I get cherry, for instance? What number would I need to put in there? Can everyone hold up their? Yeah, 2. Okay, 2, and then 0 would be apple. Cool. All right, now. How can I add grape to my fruits list? Yes.
Let's append parentheses, quotes, great.
Awesome. And then we can print fruits. And there it is. So lists have a ton of things called functions. So that's what this little dot here means, and then this word. So we're taking a variable and we're acting on it with this thing called a function. You can make your own functions. That's what you did, I think a few lectures back. But this is an example of how to add grape onto our list. So yeah, so we just expanded it. Okay, and then how can I replace apple with apricot? This one's a tricky one, I guess. Yeah, do you answer questions a lot? Okay. If no one else raises their hand, then you can answer. Yes. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do something kind of. Yes, I'm also gonna comment this out really quick. But yes, you said which ones? Yes, brackets. Good. And then I am missing my quotation marks. Okay. Yep. And then if I print fruits again, there we go. I have now replaced apple with apricot. So I said, hey Python, go to my fruits list and replace the 0th index. So take this guy and put apricot where 0 is. And then I just printed it again. And then I have apricot, banana, cherry, grape, because I already appended grape onto this fruits list. Okay. What are your questions? No questions? Okay. We'll do the dictionary one. All right. So, Now we want to create a dictionary called student with the following key value pairs: name, Alex, age 20, school, Stanford. Okay, so how can I do that? Yeah. The curly brackets? Yep. Okay, is this what you're saying? Yeah? Okay, let's see if it works. So we'll run it. Okay, so really close. So this is good. Practice that debugging. So from the top of our heads, this is how we remember to make a dictionary. So yes, thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. We will now go through the error message. Okay, so name is not defined. So basically what Python is thinking right now, Python is very, I'm not going to say dumb, but you have to tell it exactly what you want it to do, like a little child. Like you like, okay, put on your shoes, but if like you don't tell them exactly how to put on their shoes, they're gonna like, I don't know, put on their shirt on their feet. So you have to be very, very specific. So right now, this is a variable. So we made a variable earlier called fruits. That's an example of a variable, but this we have not made as a variable. So Python's like, you told me this thing should have information, but I don't see it anywhere. So it gets really upset and it does this thing called barfing. That's what I call it when you get this error message. Okay, so it doesn't understand what this means. So how can we fix this? Yes. Yep, perfect. So then we just need to define basically our variables. So then we can put it in quotation marks. Give me like 10 seconds. And then school. Cool. Yep. All right. So that resolved the error. So now Python's happy. It understands what's going on. Okay. Next question was, okay. Print the student's age. How can we print the age? I'll say it a different way. How can we access this value with this key? Yeah. Print.
And then I don't know about the syntax here. Either I don't know.
What's your best guess? Cool. Let's see what happens. Perfect. Yep. So that was the right syntax. A lot of this is just remembering off the top of your head and doing it thousands of times. So yes, so we have student, that's our dictionary. We have 3 key value pairs. And then we're accessing, we're saying, hey Python, look at this guy, look at this variable, and then go to the key called age and tell me what's there. And then it's like, hey, it's 20. And I'm like, yep, it's 20. Cool. All right. What's the next part? All right. How can we update this school to UC Berkeley? Because we don't like Stanford. Oh, we'll let someone else try. Any ideas? Okay, how are people feeling on this question? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Like, do you understand it? Do you not know how to do it? Okay, I see a lot of thumbs down. Cool. So we just don't know. That's fine. Okay, in the back, what's your name? Audrey. Okay, what do you think? Yeah, of course.
Student
bracket, in parentheses, not in parentheses, in quotations, school, close bracket, and then equals in, quotations, UC Berkeley.
Well, let's see what happens. And then I am going to print a student. And yep, there we go. That is how we update a dictionary. That's how we update the value. So yes, good job remembering. This is a lot of just memorization. It's kind of annoying, but yes. Okay, so we're saying, hey, Python, go to the student, go to the value, or go to the key of school, and then with that value, set it to UC Berkeley. Cool. All right. One more.
I have a question.
Yes.
What
I
happens
probably
if-
can't answer it.
What happens if there's two entries and you want to reset the second one? If you have Stanford and UC Berkeley, you want to change Stanford to UC Davis. I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head. You probably index it somewhere.
Okay, I'm just
Don't put me on the
curious.
spot.
Sorry, my bad. Okay, it's a good
That's a
question.
good question. It's a good question. It's a good question. Okay. Yeah, so you can Google things. I guess not right now, but usually you can Google things.
Should not be the same anyway.
Your keys shouldn't be the same, but you can have a lot of values. Like you could have student and then you could have like a bunch, or you could have like ages and you could have like a bunch of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have multiple schools.
But I think it would be like a list at that point.
Yeah, you have to bracket it.
Yeah, so then you would
Make
just
it
replace the
simple.
whole list. So you probably index them. I don't know. We have one more question. Get back to me on Google it and then we can do it in front of everyone. Okay, last question. Okay, how can we add a new key called major with the value of biology? Any guesses?
But instead of school, you put nature and then UC Berkeley, you put biology.
Bingo. Yep. There we go. Yep. So it's the same syntax. You will just make a whole new key, assign it a whole new value, and then just plop it onto your dictionary. So yep, that's how you'll do it. This is I'm just gonna say this is not a key concept, but knowing how to manipulate lists and dictionaries will come back up later on in the semester when we start talking about pandas and astropy and tables. You're gonna want to get familiar with how to add on. I have more questions, but you guys can go home if you want. But you're gonna want to remember how to do this. But yes, we only have a minute left, so you can go if you want. But I do have more questions. But you can go home unless you want to do them. But yeah. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
How do you change what one of the keys? Yep.
Like, how do you change the key?
Yeah, like
I think I don't know off the top of my head.
Maybe
Yeah.
Like you do with lists, but instead of indexing, it's just like whatever you're like my dictionary name.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Parentheses, the
Question?
key name, and then set it equal to the key name.
For my log.
Yes.
Do my
but if we do bracket
fitting date.